Let me guess. You're staring at your phone again, right? No call, no message, no I miss you. She didn't block you. She didn't say goodbye. She just disappeared. And now you're stuck in this mental loop asking yourself, is she done or is she waiting for me to break? I get it, bro. That space between silence and closure is brutal. It feels like you're being punished without a crime. You want to do something, say something, fix something, but you don't even know what's broken. So let me give you something better than comfort: clarity. Because silence doesn't always mean she's done with you. Sometimes it means she's watching, testing, waiting. And if you don't understand how to move in that silence, you'll hand over your power without even knowing it. Let's break it down. Point 1. She wants to see if you collapse without her attention. The silence isn't always about pushing you away. It's about seeing how quickly you crumble when she stops giving you emotional oxygen. You used to get good morning texts, late night calls, sweet little validations. Now, nothing. And she's watching, not to be cruel, but to see who you are without her applause. She wants to know, is your mood tied to her replies? Do you fall apart the moment she disappears? Or do you stay grounded? Because the truth is, a lot of men don't know how to sit in uncertainty. They chase, they beg, they panic. But the man who can sit still in silence, he becomes dangerous. Not to her, to the version of himself that used to be needy. That's what she's looking for. And she's quiet, because your reaction will speak louder than anything you say. Point 2. She's trying to confirm if her absence controls your identity. You may not realize this, but she's watching to see if your sense of self depends on her presence. Because if you stop eating, stop sleeping, stop chasing your goals the moment she goes silent, what does that say? It says she defines your reality, that without her you're lost. That's not attractive. It's not loyalty. It's emotional dependency. But when she sees that you're still showing up for yourself, that you still hit the gym, still grind, still evolve, that's when the silence starts to lose its power over you. She may have stepped out of the room, but the light inside you, still on. That's what separates a man she forgets from a man she respects, even from afar. Point 3. She's creating a distance to see if you chase or recalibrate. Some women use silence to provoke clarity, not just in you, but in themselves. They pull back to see if they really matter to you. But they also want to see how you respond to being left with a question instead of an answer. And here's where most men go wrong. They answer that silence by flooding her inbox, typing out novels, calling 10 times, trying to fix what hasn't even been spoken. But what she really wanted was to see if you'd pull back too. If you'd respect the emotional distance and focus on your own alignment. Because chasing a woman who created space is like running after someone who hit pause. She didn't press stop. She's just waiting to see how you move when you're not being watched. And if you move with patience and presence, you win, no matter what she decides. Point 4. She's watching for emotional control, not emotional confusion. Let's be real. Most guys, when hit with silence, lose composure. They act out, get emotional, lash out in texts, or worse, post cryptic messages hoping she'll notice. But that kind of behavior doesn't pull her closer. It just proves her silence has you by the throat. What she respects is restraint. A man who doesn't lose his frame when emotions get heavy, who doesn't beg, perform, or seek pity. She might not show it, but trust me, she feels it when you respond to silence with stability. That's when she starts wondering if maybe, just maybe, she lost something she didn't fully understand. Point 5. She's trying to see if you mirror her behavior or master your own. This one's subtle. When she pulls away, she wants to know, are you going to pull away too, just to match her energy? Or are you going to rise above and do what's right for you? Because mirroring someone's silence out of ego is still reactive. But staying calm, staying consistent, not to manipulate, but because you've built emotional discipline, that's something different. That's what makes her wonder, is he quiet because he's hurt or because he's healed? If your silence is built on peace, not pain, she'll feel the difference. And the truth is, so will you. Point 6. She's testing if her silence rewrites your story or strengthens it. When a woman goes silent, it's like closing a book mid-chapter. She wants to see, Do you wait around for the rest of the story? Or do you write a new one? A lot of guys stay stuck on that paused page. They replay it over and over. They stop evolving. They freeze. But that's exactly what the silence is asking. Are you defined by this woman or by your mission? The moment you stop waiting to be saved by her voice and start creating your next level, the story changes. And the version of you that rises out of that silence, that's the version nobody can ghost again. Point 7. She's unsure herself, and silence is how she avoids being vulnerable. You know what most men don't realize? Sometimes her silence isn't strategy, it's fear. Fear that if she reaches out, she'll look weak. Fear that if she speaks first, she won't hear what she wants. Fear that she cared more than you, so she hides. Not because she doesn't feel, but because she feels too much. That doesn't mean you chase. That doesn't mean you decode every post. It means you stop taking it personally. You give space, you grow, you lead, you let her sit with her own silence while you build your own strength. And whether she ever says another word or not, you're still winning. Because you're becoming the man who can sit with silence without falling apart inside. Point 8. She wants to know, can you hold peace without her participation? The final test is this. If she never texts again, if she never explains, never comes back, never gives you a reason, do you still rise? Because if your peace depends on her reply, you're not at peace, you're just distracted. She's silent to see if you can build in the dark, if you can show up to life without needing her applause in the crowd. That kind of peace, it's rare, it's powerful, it's undeniable. And the truth is, whether she comes back or not, she'll always remember the man who didn't flinch, not because he was cold, but because he was centered. So brother, the next time silence hits you like a punch in the chest, don't rush to fix it, don't spiral, don't beg, just pause and ask yourself, who am I when no one is clapping? Because this isn't just about her, it's about who you become in her absence. The man who can sit in silence and still feel strong, he becomes unforgettable. If you watch this till the end, drop the word centered in the comments. Not for her, for you. Because this isn't about chasing love, it's about becoming a man who never needs to chase again.